Hi, my name is McKing and I'm a hypnotist. Basically, I use a modern style of hypnosis to help people resolve issues like anxiety, procrastination, or even trauma. Now, when I talk about modern style hypnosis, it's actually a conversational style hypnosis. See, the very quick rundown, everybody goes into hypnosis all by themselves already. It's a natural state of trance, natural state of awareness. So what happens is that I can tap into this natural state of awareness and help you resolve your issues very fast. It basically started when I was 20 years old. I actually had my lung burst. It's called spontaneous pneumothorax. It happened Tuesday morning. It was the first year last week of term 1 and I had to do a presentation. So I woke up, it was a bit of breathing difficulties. So when I do a presentation, you know, to speak you have to breathe. So at the point in time I didn't know my lung was actually collapsing. And I had breathing difficulties, so I screwed up my presentation and I cut it short. I went to a GP told me to go in E&E. That's where they actually showed on an x-ray my lung had collapsed. I mean, your lung so big, my lungs had collapsed so small. It was like smaller than a chicken egg. And in a state, I know a little bit of biology in the sense that when we breathe air has to go equal portions to both lungs. So I was like, if one of my lungs is so small, how am I still alive? And the doctor said, you will die in the next few days from suffocation or next few minutes when the air crushes your heart, unless you do the procedure now. The procedure was of course to remove the air that was in the vacuum of the lung. And at that point in time, I didn't know. But basically it was actually, again, natural state of hypnosis. We have a conscious mind like a gatekeeper. And at the point in time, he sort of accidentally hypnotized me. And he gave me post-traumatic stress disorder. So fast forward the next 2.5 years in poly, every time I did a presentation, I actually have a mental, physical, emotional breakdown. And at that point in time, my unconscious mindset would link this near-death experience, or traumatic experience, let's call it traumatic experience, it linked it to presentation in school because that's the only connection that my mind could make for my lung. So what happens next 2.5 years, every time I did a presentation, after the presentation, I had to run to the toilet. I'm actually breaking down onto the sink, physical, emotionally, mentally. I had a tense amount of fear. I couldn't move a single muscle. My tears were flowing, mucus was flowing, I had salivation, it was that bad. So I thought at the point in time I had severe stage fright. I questioned why, since when did I have such severe stage fright? But it was actually post-traumatic stress disorder. During the point in time I went into depression. I'm Catholic, but I sort of questioned why God put me through this kind of situation. Remember, it happened before, in fact 2 months before my 21st birthday, so I wasn't an adult. That whole experience actually amplified other anxieties and fears that I had. So fast forward again, I met a face reader. So a face reader basically reads your face, and he can actually tell your characteristics and health. And when I met him, he had a look on his face like I should be dead long ago. Just a few years later, right? So I shared my story with him, and he decided it was fate that we met. So he actually taught me certain energy techniques like qigong in a way, as well as certain food to eat to actually bring back my health. And that sort of actually reframed my whole mind. Instead of like, oh, I'm suffering and all those kind of things, instead of look at, hey, I'm living now, so why not improve my health and continue living? In a way, it's like a second chance, right? So yeah, so then I refocus my thoughts on health, because without health, you can work, but if you don't have health, you cannot really enjoy it. So that's why I focus everything on health. And then something called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, it popped up on Facebook. And this actually is from Australia school. It's a Facebook ad, and they talk about holistic health techniques. So I thought it was pretty cool, holistic health techniques. And I did my research and I found that all the Singapore schools is actually about business, sales, and presentations. But this Australian school was actually teaching and training the things that I was looking for, which is health. And so I actually learned the basic NLP. And that was when I realized that my issues could be resolved. So I did the master NLP training with them. And that was when I realized that most, if not all, the techniques in NLP come from hypnosis. So then I questioned when the two people, John Granger and Richard Bandler, actually took all the best practices at a point in time called NLP. Did they take the principle or the technique? And I thought that as they passed down the training, were the respective trainers teaching principle or technique regarding hypnosis. this particular school that was teaching on the concepts and the principles of hypnosis actually pop up. I received an email and they're going to do a course in Singapore 3 months later or something, and so I took the course. And it wasn't until I helped a few people, including my mom. Now, my mom's case is actually a bit interesting. She's very short. She went to NTUC and she actually reached up to her different detergent. It's really heavy. There was a snap sound, and she actually, I don't know, I'm guessing, she injured her wrist and maybe tore her wrist ligament or something. Her arm almost fell out. And what happened is that she didn't want to see a doctor or TCM or whatever. And so this is the funny part where my brother actually went home, got enlisted. So me and my mom on the bus, going on tour, and she's on my right, and she was rubbing her wrist. And I said to her, I can see that your wrist is still in pain. Here's the thing, 5-10 minutes we will get off the bus. 5-10 minutes, I can actually reduce your pain, potentially kill your arm. And she was like, skeptical, and like, 5-10 minutes only? I said, yeah, 5-10 minutes only. And so she, okay lah, what do you want to do? So I did the hypnosis with her, 5-10 minutes or whatever. And we finished up, got off the bus, and later we went to the cookhouse or canteen that the last meal, lunch with my brother. Before we ate, I looked back at my mom's arm. The arm was completely fine. All the swelling was completely gone. I said to my brother, look, mommy's hand's okay already. And my mom looked at her hands and she was like, she couldn't believe it. Because it was really, seriously, physically, the change was there. And that's what got me started thinking, hey, I have this really cool, unique skill, maybe even perception or understanding of hypnosis and how the mind works. So why not start a practice to help people, especially when I myself was suffering in terms of mental health, depression, PTSD, anxieties and whatnot. I was suffering mainly in silence. So I decided to start a practice and help these people with mental health issues. My greatest inspiration in life right now is that I get to help people like really fast and change their lives. I've helped people, generally speaking, most of the issues can be resolved within a session. And I've actually helped people with a whole bunch of unique cases, and it's really cool, and I really enjoy it. And what inspires me to continue helping them is to actually see them progress, because they've been kind of stuck here or stuck there. So the change or impact I want to make in this world, maybe I'll start with Singapore first, is to actually understand a bit better about their mind, because very quickly there's a lot of, we can call it hypnosis, but it's not that I'm a hypnotist so I can hypnotize you. The thing is, whatever words we say, we're already hypnotizing ourselves, whether good or bad. So if I can, I would like to make that change in the sense that more people understand what is actually hypnosis, break the misconception of hypnosis, and when you understand your mind better, you can have better control of your life, your decisions, and basically you reduce your problems as well. You find solutions much more easily. Yeah. Looking back at my life, I've been through enough. Enough. And yet, of course, it is what makes me who I am today. Like what happened with me 20 years old, right? If I were to say, I don't have that, I probably could, but yet that means that I won't be a hypnotist at all. I won't be able to help these many people. If I were to give my younger self an advice, it's 2 words: stay strong.